Hello everyone, welcome to the HardReset channel, and today I'm going to show you how to improve battery life on the SAMSUNG Galaxy A37. So if you feel like your phone's battery is draining a little too fast or just not working as intended, I'm going to show you a few things that you can do to improve the battery life. So the first thing that we're going to do is disable the always on display. So unless you really need the always on display, it's pretty much just useless. So all it does is just there's this screen where if the phone is turned off, it's going to be on, and it shows you something like the time and notifications. And while that doesn't consume as much battery as just having the screen on, because it turns down the refresh rate to 1 Hz and dims the brightness, it still does use up some battery. So if we disable this option, we can have all of that battery life to ourselves. And to disable the option, all you need to do is open up the settings, scroll down to lock screen and AOD, and then toggle the always on display right here to disable it. So it should be gray like that. And now, as you can see, there's no always on display. Even if I tap the screen, only the screen itself turns on. So that's more battery for us. And then the next thing that is also suggested is to shorten the screen timeout. So shortening the screen timeout means that if the screen is left untouched, it's going to turn off by itself. And if we shorten that time, it's going to turn off by itself even quicker. So if you, for example, forget to turn it off, it's going to take even less time to actually turn off. So to enable this option, we're going to go to settings, tap on display, and then scroll down to screen timeout and select the smallest option that you can, so the one that you're comfortable with. So you can do 15 seconds, 30 seconds, or 1 minute. Anything beyond that is pretty much useless because it'll be quicker to just unlock the phone again. And I'm going to select 30 seconds. You can also enable keep screen on while viewing, so it detects your face and it won't turn off. And that makes your battery a lot better. So the next thing that we can try doing is disabling vibrations or haptic. So the phone has these vibrations that are enabled. So for example, if you're typing or doing other things on the phone, like pressing these home keys, it's going to send out a little vibration, which also uses up some of the battery. So if you want to squeeze out those last drops and have as much battery, you can disable the vibrations. And to do that, we're going to once again go to the settings app, then scroll down to sound and vibration, and we're going to just play around with the vibrations. So we have things like call vibration, notification vibration, system vibrations, and vibration intensity. So to turn off the vibrations, we're going to go to system vibration and just disable all of these, or at least the ones that you don't need. And in vibration intensity, you can change how strong the vibration is. By considering that we have disabled it, you don't really have to touch it. So now that the vibrations are turned off, what you can also do is restrict background activity for some apps, so they don't run in the background and use up your battery. And to detect which apps use up the most of your battery while working in the background, we can go back to the settings, hit battery, and here under app usage, you will find which apps use up the most battery. So for example, for me, it's these apps right here, but it can be different for you. So just select the apps that use up the most battery for you. And after that, we're going to go to apps and find the apps that use up the battery right here. So let's say, for example, Chrome uses up the most of my battery. So I'm going to select Chrome, and then we're going to scroll down to battery, and we're going to change this one of the options right here to restricted. So restricted means that it fully turns off the background activity and it will not be using up the battery as long as the app isn't on. Do keep in mind that some of the apps need that option available or that option enabled to actually run properly. So just keep in mind when you're playing around with those settings. So once you're done and you've limited the apps that you don't really need working in the background, we can move on to the next step. And that will be to enable dark mode. Now, dark mode doesn't just look cool, it also makes the battery life last longer because of the blackened pixels. So because of the OLED screen, the black pixels means that they are fully turned off, which means that they will not be using the battery of our phone. And to enable dark mode, all we need to do is go back to the settings, hit display, and then change from light to dark right here. And that is pretty much it. Now your phone is fully set up and your battery life has significantly improved. So thank you for watching. I hope this video helps you, and make sure to like and subscribe.